Monday morning, good morning. As I've talked to a few participants before we started to tape, I'm taking this class today very back to basics, back to some really deep, slow breathing, more calmness. And instead of us constantly focusing on breathing, 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 and is that doing right? And not really thinking about what our brains are doing. The three back to basics on yin are um, main principles. Okay, finding your edge. Does everyone understand what that is? That's when you first move into a pose, your body's comfortable, no pain. And then the point of holding the pose is to be aware of when your body can go into that pose deeper. The brain and the body tells you, oh, wow, I can lay lower to the floor. Oh, wow, I can bring my foot in closer to my groin without anything hurting. And that's the purpose of yin, because as the fascia stretches, it allows the body and the ligaments to move more. And the purpose of that in the morning with yin is that it should allow your fascia all day, as long as you stay hydrated, to stay stretched. So that was that. And then the third part is the holding of the pose, which we just explained. So that's the three basic things. We'll get into your normal breath, whatever it is, in the beginning, just to relax and to enjoy the fact that you came to your class today. But then move your mind from your breathing back to basic principles, meaning where is my edge? Checking my edge. And it's perfectly fine during any of these poses to wiggle or move a little bit, because that is allowing your edge to position your body into being able to move deeper. So I did a few things today, like I not using any hard surfaces. I want our bodies to really lay down. This is my meditation in that bolster. I don't know if any of you have that and if it's easy access for you to get to, but if not, and you have to use a block, then I definitely want you to cover it with some kind of soft feeling, like very good, like a blanket or a towel or something. I want to keep our bodies off of any really hard surfaces. Okay, so any kind of a softer, seat is going to work better. So the first basic pose that we're going to move into will be butterfly. All of these poses, if you've taken yin, I'm sure you're very familiar with. So I don't think that there's a lot of instruction on how to set it up. And the basic butterfly pose this morning is just, boy, I think I put the wrong contact in. Boy, what's going on here? Technology. It's both of your feet are together. I like to sit up on a little bit of a blanket because I have a very bony tailbone to hit the floor. Um, this is where we want to support our knees because we don't want to use any muscle to hold them up. But this is also where you're going to check your yin as we get into the pose and see if your knees will be able to allow you to go deeper. We're going to forward fold, and you can forward fold by holding your chin. There's many options. Holding your chin, leaning forward, putting your chin or your face up on a built-in block, or lay a bolster across the front of you. However it is, so that you can lay really soft and really deep. All right. So I'll get our timer started. on our butterfly. Remember a whole lot less talking this morning, a lot of deep breathing, a lot of deep relaxing. So check your breath, hold your feet, hold that maybe, hold the energy point on the bottom of your feet, allow it to get warm so the fluid or your body blood work will get warm enough to start to travel. Our head is in a relaxed position. Yes, we are using a little bit of muscle to hold it up, but as you move into your edge, you may be able to drop your head and allow the palms of your hand to hold your chin so it can be nice and relaxed. You'll also feel it very relaxed through your back. Your hips should start to open. You may be able to bring your feet closer to your body, and your legs will drop closer to the floor. It's your pose, you know your body. Basic yin. Ground, breathe, and relax. Went by quick. Sit up, stretch your legs out a little. Second pose will be a half butterfly. So we're going to bring our right leg in. And this is what I was telling you, that you may be able to bring it closer to your crotch area as we breathe. I'm going to prop my knee because I don't have very open hips. Left leg goes out to the side. And again, it's the same kind of leaning forward, leaning just over the leg, allowing the foot to relax, no flex, no point. If it flops out to the side, that's fine. That shows that you're really allowing that foot to relax and not using muscle to hold it up. And this again, you could use a prop to hold yourself up so your arm's not dangling in the air. Or perhaps you're flexible enough that your upper torso will turn far enough to the left where both of your hands can meet your ankle or your shin, and breathe. Check your edge, see if your left leg will go out a little farther, a little bit more of a hip opener, and if your foot will tuck in a little deeper to the top of the thigh. We may think about extending our poses for 4 minutes next week. These 3 minutes seem to be going quite quickly. So again, we're going to move legs out straight, massage your legs a little bit. You have been stretching, particularly the backs. Right leg out. Toe doesn't have to necessarily be pointed or flexed. It's perfectly fine. Wiggle it to a comfortable spot. Left leg in, tucked in nice and tight. Half butterfly the other way. And start to breathe. Each side of your body will speak differently to you. Very quiet. Enjoy your space. Let's check that edge a little. Maybe you can move your block. Get your hands down on the ground, on the mat. Maybe move a little forward, bending from the hips, not from the shoulders. How about that right leg? Can it go out a little farther? Nope. Close your eyes. Enjoy your breath. Listen to it. Listen to it go in. Listen to it go out. If you're comfortable with Ujjayi breathing, that's fine. Allowing your ears to listen in on how the breath works. Bring yourself up. And stretch out a little. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this next move. All of our moves will not be seated today, just the first part of it. Today we're going to do a little bit of a side stretch. So I'm telling you, this cold in this body. Okay, right leg is back. If you can be on the top of your foot, that's great. If you can't and your foot is bent, then of course the edge you're going to work on is getting the foot up. Make sure both of your hips are ground level. She holds her hand on the hip. I find that energy that's not needed. We're going to take left hand, walk it out to the side. And this is going to be a side stretch. So this will also be an edge pose where I think most of us will definitely be able to move the edge closer to the floor. The arm kind of hangs out in the back, which allows your shoulder to lay back and for you to get that side stretch. If you have it this forward, you're rolling your shoulder forward and you're not really stretching the right side of your body. I'm not into this very far, but I can already find myself moving my stretch farther to the left. Leg is straight, foot is floppy. Go back and just test your right foot, see where it is, see if it's laying flat on the floor without lifting the right hip. Time to check your edge, see if you can move forward or to the left a little deeper, bringing your arm out. Think about your fascia. Think about it stretching, thinking about it taking in all that extra energy from slow movement instead of fast movement from one pose to another, where the fascia doesn't have a chance. Then we'll come up. We'll bring our right leg out. Bounce it for a minute. Maybe take a couple windshield wipers. Let's take our left foot, bring it back. Tuck it in nice. Right leg is flat. Foot is relaxed. We'll start our pose. Right arm is out in alignment with your shoulder. Your left arm comes behind. Head can be up. Head can lay on the shoulder. Just as long as you have it in a relaxed position, the best you can. Looking down at the floor, maybe. Bring it back up. Maybe the ear on the shoulder, stretching the side of the neck. How's your edge? Can you move your right hand out farther? Deepening the stretch to the left. Our next back to basic, which I'm sure we all know how to do, is going to be a heart opener. But instead of rolling a block or, excuse me, blanket under your shoulders, that's where I am going to use my tuffet so that my heart opener can really go deep into something nice and soft, allowing my chest to like really just be so grateful that it's open, that it's relaxed, and it can take in a lot of very deep breaths. And I'm going to hold this pose for 4 minutes. So move yourself into it. Everybody has different heart openers. Some need to support their head. Some like to do a cobbler with this. Some like their legs straight. I like my legs straight so I can feel the whole bottom part of my belly laying flat, taking in the breath. Arms are also optional. This is a pose that everybody finds their own way, their own method. Hips are laying nice and flat. Arms can be at a T. They can be out straight. They can be on your heart and your belly to enjoy the breath, sending all good things to the second brain, which is the heart. When you hear the 3-minute timer, don't move because I'm going to put it back on because I don't have a 4-minute timer yet. I'll work on that because I think we can do 4 minutes. Such a difference laying on this little meditation cushion. Wow, shoulders are really falling for me. Really grounding. Legs are really grounded. Remember, don't move. Stay right where you are. Fold your hands, lay them on your body. Let the energy move from one hand to the other, warming up the palms. Breath should be nice and slow by now, and easy in, a long out, all the way from the bottom of your belly. When you think you don't have enough to push out, try to push a little harder. Get rid of that stale air. Okay, don't move. Timer's up, but don't move. Our next pose is bring your left leg in so it's straight with your body. Take your right knee, bring it into your chest. This is going to be very different because we're up, our backs are up into a heart opener. So it'll feel a little odd that our knee is not as close to our chest. I think halfway through our timer, you can turn it a little bit to the right, pull it in a little deeper, keeping the foot relaxed, really opening up, feeling some stretch in our groin or our buns, half of our bun, and the side of our groin. If you move that knee a little towards the shoulder, you can feel the belly having a little more room to go up and down. What a wonderful stretch. Move your knee a little bit, bring it in. See if it goes out to the shoulder a little deeper. If it does, you'll be able to feel the glute come up, down, leg out flat. Rest for a moment. And then we'll move into the other side. Not moving your heart opener, moving nothing but the legs. So the right leg is gone out. No flex, no point. Just relax. Both hips on the floor. Left leg in, left knee in. Again, hold your knee. In the beginning, it's right in line with the chest. Foot is relaxed. As the edge moves into your body, left knee will move up more up towards the left shoulder. Keeping both your hips flat on the floor. Check that knee. See if it'll come up to the shoulder a little bit, giving the belly more room. Feeling your glute, which is something we don't work very often, and we should because it really supports your lower back. And it also helps your hips from dropping as you get older. If you notice people that are waddle as they walk down the street, it's because their hips have dropped. All these things to work on. I tried to create a sequence that allows little to no movement, or little movement, without total break and setup in between each yin, which is usually very typical. I think this is the first flow I've finally been able to figure out, which you'll see on the next two poses. Okay, foot down. Okay, now this is fun. Bring both of your knees into a supported bridge pose. Raise your supported bridge up and take your prop that was underneath your shoulders and lay it where you would normally put your block for bridge. Lay here for a minute, no timer. Just get yourself comfortable and situated. And when you're ready, bring your left knee in. Let your left foot just rest on the right knee. This is allowing the lower back and hips to have the same relaxation that we just did with our heart opener and our chest and our breath. This is allowing our lower torso to not be tight, to just relax. No hard surfaces today, all soft. Be good to the body. Nice, soft self care. Your edge may be to bring your foot up on your thigh a little higher, which means the back of your left foot or left hip has relaxed and is willing to open up for you. Breathing deep. Now, while you're here on this side, stay on this side. It's not going to be a long timer, but see if you can take that left foot up into a half happy baby. Just holding it for a minute, letting the back of the leg and the groin have some stretch, feeling your toes. We're not going to move this half happy baby left, right, straight. Just hold it nice and straight, or just hold it nice and still. And enjoy this different pose. Bring the half happy baby down. Bring the right knee in. Holding your shin. Letting your foot relax. Letting your foot hang on the left thigh if that works or that's comfortable for you. You may have to bring the left leg in to meet the right leg, depending on how tight you are. So the basics of Yin is to get in touch with your internal organs, working your torso, learning all about how it needs room to work properly, to digest, to process. Stretching the fascia and giving all of those organs the room that they need to do their job for us. How's your right leg? Can it come into your left leg a little deeper, a little more towards the hip? Maybe yes, maybe no. If you do, you'll feel your glute stretch a little more. Again, a muscle that we don't work very often. We need to be aware. We don't want to waddle. We want to keep our hips high. Bring your foot down. Take your knees and just kind of rock them back and forth, feeling the movement in your hip. Very carefully. Pull out your meditation cushion or your blanket. Put your legs out. Let's give ourselves a good morning stretch. And let's hold it for a moment. Arms above the head. Nice stretch. Wiggle your wrists, wiggle your feet. Okay, our last pose for the day is one I haven't done in a long time, but I really think tomorrow for sure you'll feel the effects of it. So if you take the belt or a bathroom sash, whatever works, put it around the ball of your foot. You can see here, that's the position. Now, we're going to lay down. You're going to kick your leg in the air, but the point of this is we're in yin, right? So we need to relax the muscle. And the only way we can hold the leg in the air and relax the muscle is allowing the belt to hold the leg in the upward position. So try to wrap your brain around that one a little bit. If you come down farther on your belt, you can get your arms on the mat. And that may help you to figure out that you're relaxing this. This is a very, very, very deep fascia. It's the whole back of the leg, the back of the knee, the calf. It's a hard concept. I hope to do it again. I've done it once before in a live class, and I got a lot of very good feedback the next day about how good their leg felt. So again, please, the belt is holding the leg, not the muscle, not the tendons. Let the belt do the work. Try to think of your leg as being dead or not working, allowing the belt to do the work. You may be able to pull, not using muscle, but using the belt, pull the leg closer to your body. Left leg is nice and relaxed. It is either pointed or flexed. Leg is laying very sloppy, and that's fine. Put your thought into your breath and put your thought into that this leg is relaxed. Drop your leg nice and slow. See if you can feel it feeling differently than when we do it in a yoga pose. Switch feet. Right leg down, relaxed. Left leg up, it may not come as high. Again, shoulders are flat on the floor. Using the arms, the hands to hold the foot. Your leg may not be straight, and that's fine. There's no rules. That's what your edge is. Accept it, enjoy it. If your leg is shaking a little bit, that means you're using muscle. So you need to drop your foot a little bit until that shakiness goes away. Because you don't want to use the muscle to hold the leg up. Take the time to relax the right foot. You're so accustomed to it being in either a point or a flex. Relax it. Breathe. There are add-ons to this pose, which I may introduce at a later date, because this is a bit of a tough concept to not use the muscle in the leg to hold it up, to allow just the belt to do the work. Bring it down, remove your belt. Sure. Easier said than done. Take a nice stretch. Let's bring ourselves up. I like to close out class, but I like to remind everybody that in order to really close down all this energy that we work so hard to bring into our body, the idea is to keep it in there for the day. And you do that through Shavasana, which is, for Western people, the hardest pose. But everybody has a 3-minute Shavasana, a 5-minute Shavasana, a 10-minute Shavasana. I don't like to put a time limit on it. I want everyone to use what their body says that they need to Shavasana. So that's why we close now. And then you do your Shavasana on your own. But two things, real quick. Were there any questions today?